So when we see successful people, especially women, we just see the top of the iceberg. And of course, if we have tried that journey ourselves, we know what it takes. But we're still curious to know, was it a chance? Was it a choice? Was it a decision? Was it support? Was it luck? So when was that big moment that you realized that now you feel you are in your purpose line?
First of all, thank you very much for having me. And this is my first event to join you here at the Global Women. And it's fabulous to see all this energy and to seeing you all coming together and learning from each other. Because I think there's nothing better than going into a room where you have women empowering women, women supporting each other's business. And when I started Cash and Rocket in 2011, I was tired of being in the corporate world and then going out on my own. And yes, there are no doubt that going out on your own and creating your own business, it is full on and it's hard work. And, you know, I wanted both. I wanted the big family and I wanted a career. And so, you know, there are certain things in life where you just don't feel that you're good at any of them, and you are about to like, oh my God, I need to give up. Obviously not the children, not the but, you know, you have to choose.
Yes.
And I realized I don't want to choose. I will show up. I will keep pushing. I might not, you know, and I'll do my utmost. And I explained to the children, and especially I have 4 girls, I said, one day you will be in this position and you will say, now I know why, you know, she couldn't be there for that ballet thing because she was in South Africa raising money for charity. And, you know, it's all about the communication that you have and the message that you're educating your children with. And I think we all need to educate each other and say, you know what, we can't be 100%, but we can do our best. And if we've all got each other's back, then, oh my God, we are so much stronger being all together. You know, doing it on your own is not as fun either. You want each other, you know, and seeing we're doing this car event and we drive once a year, 80 women, 4 days. And yes, it's about uniting, solidarity, getting together, but it's about that whole friendship, that bond that you have after 4 days. You got each other's back when you've broken down on the road or, you know, you put the wrong petrol into a diesel car or whatever that might be. And in the end, they're all there because they want to make a change. And we say we drive the change. We don't just talk about it. We don't just hand over the money to the charities. We actually go and see and meet the children.
So tell us a little bit more about the model. So for everybody who is watching this podcast, but also everybody in the room, it's a very interesting model because we all want to create that impact. We want to bring some influence in the world. We want to change the world. And the way you do it is like you have found a really interesting, powerful model where you create that bond, you create that connections, you find the right women who have the ability to raise the money, to raise the fund, and to give it back to those who need the most. So how did you come with this idea?
Well, so I was working with a lot of international global brands in a way where they were looking for content. They were looking, how do we engage with our clients, with our customers? And I started doing strategies. And when I realized that actually, you know, the women, the female, we are so more powerful than they actually think we are. From, you know, choosing the car to the clothes, to etc. And so I thought, why don't we combine all these amazing brands with incredible women, and then while we're doing that, we give back. And we find charities where they, I mean, obviously all charities really need our support, but charities that had the synergies, they could also learn from each other, because I believe that education is key.
Yeah.
We can change the world with education.
Absolutely.
But we can really go in and make a huge impact. And, you know, it should be human right that everyone should have a basic education.
And you are so right when you say that you choose the charities, because if we believe that we can help everybody, then we end up helping anybody.
Yeah.
And it's very important that we also feel that is still a contribution, even if we help one charity, or even if we help one person. Let's start with one. And always is also great to know who are the people that you want to help, and also see the results and see the impact that you are creating. I really love that. But another thing that I wanted to pick up is, because we have women who will listen to this message and they will resonate a lot, because women many times feel like hold back, thinking that, oh, I can't do everything. I can't do my career or run my business and still be a mom and still be there for my children. And what you brought is so powerful, because let's say you may stay home all day with your kids. It's the quality. And maybe still you don't have a happy relationship with them. And maybe you have been away in a mission to help other people and also educating your children. This is the right thing to do. So what would be your the best lesson that you have learned as a mother, but also as a woman in a mission, trying to follow that purpose for yourself and for others?
So I think, when you're talking about with the career and your children, I think it's very important you involve them into what's happening, educating them. I want my 6 children to learn to give back in a very early age. I think it should be something they actually also have education about in school. I have a lot of American friends. They're super structured to have it within their education. And so I bring my children to the trips. I educate them. I have my older children who are now at university, etc. They come and they crew, on the events and help me out. And I want them, I want them all to have an ambition. Not everyone is a creator, and some of them are much better suited to be in a corporate world. But I wanted to go and create a platform where other women wanted to be part of it. And if my daughters or my 2 sons have that ambition as well, I want to show them the way in an early age. And I want them to be integrated of understanding the process. Because there's no doubt that, and everyone who has their own company or is working, it is super hard. And there are days where you are you're really like, come on.
Yes.
But you got to ask yourself, would you rather, failing or not have tried? And, when I first started, I was so scared of failing. But the truth is, I have failed.
So, Julie, what was that pivot moment that you had a breakthrough or something that it gave you the permission to try and accept that if I fail, so what? Is it a process or a long self-talk with yourself, or maybe a mastermind, or you went to an event, or you just experienced something? Because sometimes a breakthrough needs to happen, so you claim that power and you give yourself the permission to do what you're meant to do.
Yeah, I think it was both for me. It was wanting to go out and create something, but being part of actually driving the change, not just talk about it. And I'd gone through a divorce, and I thought, actually, no, I have worked so hard in my other companies and for children. Now it's time to go out and do something that I really burned to do, which was creating a platform for women where we are heard, seen, connected. And I was tired of watching this whole thing of women not standing by each other. I'm like, what is going on here?
It's getting better.
Yeah, but it's been a lot of work. And
yes, we're still in the journey,
we don't have each other's back. And I was in a corporate world, and it was really, there was not a lot of solidarity at that point.
So let me ask you a question, because you have experienced both worlds, the corporate world and the entrepreneurial world. Yeah. Does it feel that we female entrepreneurs are really bringing that change, the biggest change, that women stand for each other?
I really believe so. I believe, it has changed dramatically, especially the last 6 years. When I first started and really want to go on and create the platform about women empowerment, I remember all the brands saying, oh, come on, they're not that powerful. I'm like, you watch us. It's only a matter of time. And, it is. The brands have realized that now. And that is why we've had such great partnership with all these fabulous international brands, because they say, wow, actually when you get that many women into, they're powerful, and you create products and a percentage of the sale goes to the charities. So it's for them, it's a no-brainer.
Everybody wins.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. Yeah.
So tell us some impact, some contribution that you see is tangible you have made for these charities? An example.
So we go and fundraise. Each team is up against each other. And we've chosen charities which is mainly based on education. We have a fantastic one called Zumbundela in South Africa. The woman, Lee Bristol, who runs it, is one of the most extraordinary women I've ever seen. And when I complain about having a hard life, I mean, she's given up her whole life and she's running this charity. And she has found the most extraordinary children who comes from nothing and given them an opportunity, a new life. But not just them, the full community.
Yeah.
And going there and bringing my children to see how lucky they are, but also why they should keep this whole platform going. It's because of the change and the impact is given. And, you know, we work now with Save the Children in the UK. You know, the baby banks here, women here, the cost of living has just become horrendous. So the fact that they're having to do a full-time job and look after, and in some cases, sadly, in a lot of cases, they are single. And we have to go out and make a change.
Yeah.
And we have to support them. So my oldest daughter and I, we were volunteers last week. And we met, 12 other fabulous women who'd done the same thing. And we chatted and we were sorting out all the clothes. And, and it's not just about giving money back. It's about actually going to inspire and help. Because it's needed.
Yeah.
And it's needed more than ever. There's over 200 million children worldwide living on the aid. And now they're cutting all these projects to all these amazing charities. And do you know what the impact is going to be? It's going to get even worse. And they have no idea how to, deal with it because they need the funds.
And Julie, Cash and Rocket is a business. How also a business can really contribute so much in many levels.
Yeah, so basically Cash and Rocket is the event platform. And we go out and create all these live events, mainly rallies because I'm a car fanatic and I get to do what I love.
Is anybody in the room who likes that? Maybe you have a few others who,
It gives you the freedom. You get to drive from A to B. You have the best conversations. You get to see the world. I mean, there's a pretty extraordinary way of going out to meet new people. But so each team and all the products that we do, everything goes to charity. So we don't hold any of that money. It sits straight with a trust, and then they divide it out to the charities equally.
But how do you sustain the platform?
Because the women will pay an entry fee to participate. So, and if you don't want to drive, but you want to come to other different events we do, then they pay as well. And then every year there are some events that are for free to keep the community going.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Very good. Excellent.
Yeah.
So it has been like 10 plus years. You said you created this in 2011. And, most of the businesses or most of the ideas expire even before they start. But you have been driving this as a big force for a decade or more. So where is the next level? Where do you see the big vision for Cash and Rocket?
I want to take it more global. So do further
you are in the right place. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Do more events. I want women to work more with each other. I watch all these fabulous women that are participating in our trip, and they have founded top fashion magazines or companies of fashion or, the corporate tech or etc. And what I would love to see is the connection between all the different countries. So going to India, more in the Middle East. I was just in Saudi and I'm in shock how amazing it's developed.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful country.
You're reminding me, it was like about 10 years ago, I was sitting down with a woman from Holland and she just wanted to start something. And I asked her, so what do you want to do? She said, I want to open a charity in Middle East. I said, well, you live here, so how? What is it a charity about? And sometimes I share this story. She said, and she started crying. She said, I feel so sorry for women can't drive there. And she said, I want to help them. Now, when I went through, and I'm coming somewhere with this, through the whole journey with her, I realized that she really needed a lot of help for herself first. And usually we say, you can't give something that you don't have. As women, we all have that passion to go out there and contribute. When we start a business or we start a project or whatever platform, the first thing we have in mind is, how can we contribute for others.
Yeah.
So when did you feel that you are empowered enough and you have enough to start giving? And you don't need to have a lot. You just need to first to have enough in yourself, to believe in yourself that if I start this, I'm going to make it work.
Well, I think, we've all got our small demons in our body. None of us is perfect, and you have to get through a growth yourself, which in some cases it's failing. Doing something that's teaching you the hard way. That for me, sadly was one of the things where I said, I have to keep going. And I have met a lot of women where they thought they'd chosen the wrong path, but actually because of certain things that happened to them, they've taken other directions and it made them even better. And, they've met friendships, and those friendships made them even, more amazing in the way that they were looking and wanting to involve other communities. And I think everyone can get involved, and it doesn't have to be about donating money. It could be time. It could be the inspiration for lovely Sarah, who is living on her own at the moment and can barely get through the day. And she just needs a call and a pep talk. And so what our platform will be, starting in after summer, is where people can call in and get some advice and get some, just, sometimes it's just a conversation, someone to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because
we're so busy in our life, we forget to listen sometimes.
Loneliness is the biggest killer.
And after lockdown, I actually think loneliness has kicked in more than ever. Community is so important.
Yeah.
We need to be part of something. And everyone has a different ambition what that is.
Even if you don't know, you'll figure it out. You don't need
Exactly.
to know everything and to have a clear picture in your mind from the very beginning.
No.
So if somebody is listening to this, what would be your advice? Let's say a woman is feeling lonely. She had a dream before, but she given up. She doesn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. What would you say to her?
I would say you don't need to plan everything ahead. You really don't. You need to be able to go a little bit with the flow, because if you just plan everything and it doesn't go exactly, that's when people panic. That's when people feel, out of touch to what was meant to be there. But it's okay. It's okay not to get there. You'll probably get there, but it will take you another way.
Yeah.
And I think, anything in life, you want to get anywhere, you have to work hard. If it were easy, none of us, it would be too easy.
Yeah.
It's important to understand that it is hard work and that you have someone close to you that will help you, give you that shoulder clap saying, you can do this.
Yeah.
You got it. You just got to keep going.
It feels hard work, especially if you think you are on your own, but then it gets really easier to get over. Number one, when you find your purpose, and this is what I see, you have found your purpose, and for you, working hard is fun now. And number two, finding the right tribe, the right people around you.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes you don't find the right people the first instant and the first time that you try. So where do we find the right people, and what do you think about, because there is a saying, people can make you or break you, and everything is about people. So what would you say from your experience?
Well, I think you have to create something that people want to be part of. And by doing so, I think you will find the right people, because they'll have the same, if you inspire them and they take in what message you're sending or what you're doing, what you're delivering, such as giving back or supporting or empowering other women and children. Well, if you're coming along to an event that's not your goal, well, you already know that, okay, that lady is definitely not someone that should be part of our network, because in the end, we're lucky to have this friendship.
Yeah.
There's so many people out there that are not, and they're lonely. And we can be part of that change by all coming together and by telling them, you can't expect us to come in and not give. Whatever that give is, if it's support, if it's the clap, if it's whatever that might be for each individual, obviously it's different.
Yeah.
But it's important that you have that friendship and the solidarity.
Oh, yeah.
And that unifying mental that you want to be part of it.
Yeah, that's so true. And I love this message, because there might be people sitting there and thinking, oh yeah, but I had bad experiences in the past, and I don't trust people anymore. But the good people and the right people, they're always somewhere waiting for you. They exist, yeah?
And plus, you're having a life. I mean, you're going to have in your life times where you meet the wrong people.
Yeah, and it happens for a reason.
Exactly. But that is there to form your personality and say, okay, I've learned for that one.
So true.
Next time I'm going to look out for this.
Yeah.
Or that. And I think, you know, failure or meeting the wrong people or have taken the wrong decision is just part of life of making you that
and
fabulous
somehow,
person
sometimes
that you
we
are.
need to thank them because of them. We had to push ourselves through comfort zone and get where maybe would not be in other circumstances. And maybe there is, I've seen that many women, they start something because they had to go through these bad circumstances or complicated situations with difficult people. Did you have any of these in your journey?
Yeah, I think definitely I had moments where, I had been challenged and been put out of my comfort zone. But, we do that ourselves through the event as well.
Yeah.
And actually it unites people more.
Yeah.
So if you are put out in that situation where you're out of your comfort zone, they tend to really bond even more because they've got to get through this together. And I think, sadly, I have a lot of friends who have also gone through a divorce. And we've all come together, but to really support and say, it's okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be tough the next couple of months, but your priority is the children.
And maybe it's better.
And And actually, I wish someone had told me, actually do this and this and this when you get, but no one gives you any advice.
Yeah.
And a few years ago, I did a lunch and 5 of the women were getting divorced. And I said, okay, here's rule number 1.
Join the club.
Do this, do that, and don't do that. Do not hold back because he's going to come, And it wasn't because men are amazing, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm happily married again and had more children. But at that point in my life, I was like, oh, this is not a fun time.
I love that.
But we have to empower each other and we have to guide. And even if that guidance is not the most amazing thing you're proud of, you say, but you need to do it.
And Julie, when you open up and you share and you tell that you're human and another one opens up and another one opens up, I said, oh my God, why did I think that you are different?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we realize that we are all the same. Yeah. And we just need to learn how to communicate, how to articulate, how to not be scared of each other, because if we kind of remove all the labels and then we see that in the core we really all want to support each other, but somehow we are scared to and protect and put that wall and that mask in front of us. It reminds me when COVID started, we started spending more time with the kids, me and my sister, because we're isolated. And it makes me laugh because our teenagers said, oh my God, Auntie, Mom, you're not that bad as I thought. They started to get to know us. They started to get to know us a little bit more. And I said, you're very nice. Yeah. I didn't know you're so smart, you're so kind. Because we, of course, when we put these walls and we are in the rush and we are busy and we next, and it takes time for us to create that connection, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's hugely important for all parties to be able to connect and to be able just to let it go and say, okay, I'm not perfect, none of us is, but let's all unite on those forces and help each other.
Thank you. This is a very inspiring conversation, and I'm very grateful for your time. It's Sunday. You could choose to be with your family.
Breakfast for like 4
that's
hours,
amazing. So, I'm so sorry. Well, I think they're used with this now, yeah? So where do you see Passion Rocket going, and what can we do to support you, or vice versa?
Well, I mean, what we would love is everyone to, get involved in the events we have, and we do like small public events, we do lunches, etc. We want you to help us to send the message and to go out and support those women and children that really needs us. And that could be from, we have online at the moment some of the teams that are driving in June. We're driving from Rome to Sicily for 4 days. I think a lot of the women that have signed up have no idea what they're getting through. But, but it will be an adventure, that's for sure. And each city we go to, we do a public display. And we educate them about the charities we're supporting, because that's also a crucial thing. That, the education is key again.
Absolutely.
What are you fundraising for? Where are the money actually going? Because otherwise, the message is not correct.
Yeah, so true.
And so, that's the women that's their job for 4 days, is to go out and fundraise and send out the message. And if that's 50p or €1 or $5 or whatever that might be, but it's to go and really try to make that change with us. Because I can tell you right now, more than ever, it's needed. Hugely. I mean, the numbers are horrendous.
Yeah.
So we do have to make a big push.
Thank you. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you
for spreading your message and your mission and your movement. It has been a great pleasure to have you with your voice. And we're very grateful for your share and your time and your energy. And hopefully we'll bring you back again and we'll do more together.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Julie. Thank you. Big hand to Julie.